Hi everyone, this is Andrew Patnold reporting to you on YouTube. And I have a story here, and I do apologize for not being around that often. I just stopped, well, for whatever reason, I just kind of stopped making videos. But I see a story here that I believe is very important and should be shared by pretty much everybody. I'm on Zero Hedge. I'll read you the headline right here. Multiple police officers reported shot during protests in downtown Dallas, and of course, it's got a live feed to this protest, a major, massive protest since this individual was shot down by the police. I'll have to be honest with you, I'm not entirely filled on exactly what has occurred. I mean, one story, or actually, the main story, I forget the name of the individual, where he was driving, his tail light was off. He was a black individual with a black family. So the police stopped him. He had notified the police he carrying a firearm and that he had all the legal documentations allowing him to open carry his firearm. And the particular officer got a little scared and just shot the guy right in front of his, I believe it was a girlfriend, and I believe it was his 4-year-old daughter that was, in the back seat while this was all going on. It's a very sad situation. The individual had done nothing wrong. He was a law-abiding citizen, clean record, did nothing wrong, and was shot down and killed by the police officer. And I do apologize. The names kind of escape me here because I'm seeing this for the first time right now. But that's the story. That is what has occurred, and the reason for the protests happening. And really, what this is, it's kind of like summer of chaos. This is a I just want everybody to know and understand that this is actually just a distraction. Now, again, the issues of police brutality and the relationship between the various police departments with the black community, those are some very important issues that does need to be addressed, and I'm certainly not downplaying those issues. All I'm saying is, if you actually turn the news off and you look up Italian banking crisis, or perhaps look up headlines regarding Deutsche Bank and just overall what is going on within the European banking system as a whole, uh, and even Japan, that their bonds are turning negative for the very first time. So all this financial stuff is going on in the background, and yet mainstream media is pushing these, of course, they're victims, the individuals who got shot, but these poor victims, and meanwhile using these people as leverage to divide and conquer the rest of the nation, when folks like Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders are just trying to bring the country together. So really what I'm trying to say, and this is really the main crux of this video that I'm doing here, is don't let the bankers, the banksters, and the politicians to divide and conquer this country. Don't let them, through the use of this news and all these events that are going on, don't let them deter you from looking up what is really going on within the banking system. Don't pay attention to this stuff. It's important, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, don't be somewhat invested in, particularly within the police departments, and, trying to maybe affect change regarding how police are trained in the handling of pedestrians. But don't let this distract you from what the real story, what was really going on, particularly in the banking arena. Now, we all know what happened with Hillary Clinton. She was let off the hook by James Comey, the FBI director. And of course, Congress is getting involved and are questioning or had questioned Comey. And, you know, that in itself is a distraction as well. Because, did you notice one thing? I just noticed this, that as soon as the Hillary Clinton stuff came out of her not being indicted and not getting in trouble for the email scandals, let alone Benghazi and some of the other issues. But as soon as this ended, then all of a sudden they're starting to push this divide and conquer issue through the guise of these individual shootings, as well as these massive protests that are being funded by the way, by not just by Black Lives Matter, but by the people who are funding Black Lives Matters through the likes of George Soros and many others that are out there now. But again, keep in mind that as important as this is, which is very important, just pay attention to what's going on behind the scenes. Pay attention to what's not making the headlines as much. So turn off CNN, go to drudgereport.com, go to Zero Hedge or whatever alternative news website that you fancy, and just completely ignore CNN. Don't even pay attention to Fox News. Don't look at MSNBC. Those platforms are all funded by banksters. They're funded by, politicians, hedge fund managers, folks who are just trying to push a narrative that is not in your best interest. And during times of economic stress that we're in right now, we need to be coming together as a country and just get together, have an adult conversation of how we want to move forward. What do we want how do we want our economy to look like, and so on and so forth. It's just time for us as a country to grow up and not pay attention to the politicians and the banksters who are trying to control us. So thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I apologize that this video is a little bit long-winded. I just felt like it was something that I had to get off my chest. So, of course, stay tuned for more content whenever I get a chance to get to it. Take care. God bless. See you in another video. Peace.